Thank you to all of you for coming. You may feel like you have gotten a lot out of today or yesterday. All I can say from the bottom of my heart, I have gotten more than you. It really is special for us to sit in the back of the room. I'm getting yelled at by the camera guy. Thank you. It was really something special for me. Zach is an emotional person. I am calculated and ruthless. That's what makes us a good team and why we've done business together for the last 12 years. You made me cry. I sat in the back of the room and I want to tell you, I am so grateful for you. I'm grateful for everything you represent, to hear your stories, to hear that we are making a difference. Because it was only 2 years ago, Richard doesn't know this part of the story, I've never shared this with Richard. So this is going to be new for him. 2 months before Richard came to bug Zach and I for, I don't know, the 100th time about gold and silver and put it in our hands. Zach and I have gone through a phase. I call it a phase because for the year prior, the 2 years prior to Richard coming and bringing us this idea, Zach and I had been what I consider to be extremely retired. We motorcycled all winter in Moab and Mesquite, and we played golf 5 days a week at the Hideout Falls Country Club in the summer. We showed up at 10 every morning at the country club. We played the first 9 holes, and we had lunch, and then we played the second 9 holes, and then sometimes we'd stay around until our wives would call and yell at us, play another 9 holes. But it was while 2 months before Richard came, while standing on the 11th green, I'll never forget it. We're standing there on the 11th green on a beautiful 80-degree day in June. I look over at Zach. Nobody else is at the country club. It's empty. And I said, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have so much to give. We've given our whole lives, but we've become bums. We said, we got to fix it. Richard doesn't know that 2 months later he called me up and came over to the house and drew some circles on a box. I didn't care about the circles on the box until he said, I have a way to make it so the non-professional can make above average income. I said, well, what's your plan, Richard? Because that's never been done before. What's your plan? Then he tried to explain it. It didn't make a lot of sense because he got too excited. So I really paid attention and looked through the excitement, and then he said, and we're going to do it with this. And he dumped the gold and silver back in my hand like he always had, and he said, and now I can get it for cost. So for us, we didn't come out of soft play. We didn't choose to playing golf for 5 days a week to get this busy. But we bought into this mission, to this idea. What if we could change it? What if the industry could be different? What if your experience for the first time in this industry could be something different than what you've had in the past? And when I say we went from being retired to busier than we've ever been in the past. It's full-time, 24 hours a day. We do get about 4 hours of sleep. But to hear your experiences, it makes it all worth it. So thank you. I want to share just briefly for a few minutes today, what are some things that make us unique? What makes 7K Metals unique in the space, okay? And we're going to go through these. We've talked about some of them already, but you need to understand what makes us most unique to start out with is our mission and our culture. You read that first page of that book. You read what Zach wrote, what he brought to the owners of this company and said, this is what we need to, this is our core belief. This is what makes us unique and special. When from the very beginning of a company, it's set up with you in mind, and by you, I mean those who deserve the opportunity. Those who not only need it, but deserve it. And so that, from the very beginning, makes our company extremely unique and different than any other in the space. Now, the reason why we got to play golf 5 days a week is because this industry blessed our lives immensely. Not to brag or not to come across as condescending or arrogant, but there are less than a handful of owners in the MLM world that we do not know personally, Zach, I, or Roger. and Richard, that we don't know personally, that we don't play golf with, that we don't travel the world with, that we don't get called on a daily basis. 2 of them called while we're here today. I couldn't take their phone calls. You know why they call? To ask questions. They have no one else to call when they're trying to figure out their problems, their difficulties in their business model. And we're friends, so what do friends do for each other? They call. They say, I'm running into this problem. What do you think? That's what friends do. When I say our mission and our culture are different, it's because I know every other company out there that you could know. I know who heads them up. We play golf. We swim with dolphins together. We've been around the world. I've been in their Lear jets. Guess what? They didn't start with this premise. They didn't start with this core mission and culture. Makes us special. Yes. Second, that makes us unique. Our product, gold and silver. And not just gold and silver. You've heard of people who stood on the streets. George also just stood here. He was in a company before that sold gold and silver. So was Richard. But it's our product at wholesale. That makes us so unique. We're not, and I'm not saying this wrong, because many of you made a lot of money with these other companies, as we have. My family has been so blessed because of this industry. So don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that weight loss shakes, face creams, I'm not saying that multivitamins, I'm not saying that tax services and legal services aren't all excellent things. But they pale in comparison to the value of our product. Our product by itself, by its very nature, changes people's lives. If all they did was buy gold and silver and use their membership, their life will be blessed. That makes us extremely unique and special in the space. This makes us extremely unique. I've been around the world. I've been in these meetings with 10,000 people in attendance. Our people make us special.
Yes.
Why do I say that? Because if any of you have been in other meetings before or participated in other companies, you know who they normally trot across the stage. Who do they normally prop up? Peacock. Who said peacocks? Diane Graver. Peacocks. And they're called peacocks because they strut around the stage and they tell you nothing about how they've been a significant contributor to someone else and tell you all about them. Look at my mansion. Look at my Lamborghini. Look at my Bentley. Look at my Rolex. And here's what's amazing. We said, if we're going to do this, Richard, if we're all going to team up and we're going to put everything else on hold in the world, we have to do it so from the top down we create a culture where we do not build that. Where we do not reward the peacock, we reward the peacock's people. The people, when the peacock jumps ship and goes to 5 different companies in 2 years and gets a $20,000 to $100,000 bonus every time they go, and you are left holding the bag, and you're the one that doesn't get that from the company, that we had to be here for you. So for us, what makes us unique and special is our people. And you are living proof of that, okay? You are the kind of people we want to see succeed. That makes us unique and special in the space. Our commission structure, it's been talked about today. This is extremely unique. A few years ago, I can't say that, I'll get in trouble because I'm going to, how could I phrase when I'm get in trouble? Like I say, we have lots of friends in the industry, so I can't use enough information to never find out who the company was. So I was in a meeting with the owner of a company headquartered here in Texas. The company is very successful. Okay? They're in the Global 100. They're currently doing really well. That company, a statistic came out from the DSA. Tony quoted the statistic to you this morning. DSA was really baffled. DSA is the Direct Sales Association. Their governing body of this industry. They came out with a statistic 4 years ago of what the average person for the top They took the top 300 companies in the world in our space, and they made all of them do surveys to find out how many people actually go out and make sales. And then they published it for the world, for the industry. And they found out that the average, think about this, not the bottom, not the top, the average was how many sales per person? 2.3. Now, I know that we're not living in slavery, so there isn't a 0.3, right? It's not 3/5 of the end, but the DSA said 0.3. 2.3. I'm in a meeting shortly after that came out. Here was the conversation at that conference room table. What can we do to change our requirement so you have to make sure you get 4 people to get a commission check? Why did they pick the number 4?
So it's above 2.3.
It's above 2.3 and way above. Because they didn't want to pay you, okay? How is our structure built? We're the first company to say, there's been companies that have come out and said, we'll pay you $50 if you go get 2 people. We'll pay you $100 if you go get 2 people. You're not going to find a company who's ever paid you, if you only ever go make 2 sales, one left and one right, and it turns into 500 points and 500 points, we're the only company to pay you $500.
Right.
Think about that. Does that make us special and unique?
Yes.
Very special and very unique, okay? This is what I really want to focus on for a minute, though. This makes us the most special and the most unique. And oftentimes, we don't make this the focus. Because we have so many amazing things, because our mission and our culture is so wonderful, because our people are so great, because our compensation structure is so perfect, we neglect to talk about the most important thing. I've been around this industry since I was 21. It's where I've made my living. This is what makes us most special. I can say it because I know it. You might be wondering, what's he talking about? How is it that this man thinks that's the most important and most special thing? Because think about it. You've been in companies before where guys like me sent you a bottle of pills. The pills were wonderful. The pills worked, right? Might lower your cholesterol, might get rid of the flu, might help you lose 80 pounds. But did that bottle of pills, face cream, lotion, you name it, did it have any real value once it landed on your doorstep?
No.
It did not. And did it have an expiration date?
Yes.
Guaranteed. So think about our Coin of the Month program. It's what generates your commissions. It's what makes real residual income for you. But for the first time, you're sending someone to your friends, family, and neighbors that has real value. That the minute it lands, it's worth something. Think about that difference. Now think about, let's fast forward. You can't find one that's 5 to 6 years old that's not worth more money than what you paid for it with the commission added. That's never happened in this space, ever. That makes us the most unique in the space. Then you add to that these simple little truths about this coin. This coin changes more behavior in network marketing than Roger and I and Zach and Richard have ever seen. Roger, have we been is it fair to say that you and I have been on a mission together for 20 years, for the last 18 years, to change this industry? Would that be a fair statement?
So help me.
So help me. We have tried, okay? We kept running into some roadblocks that you couldn't change. You couldn't get people who couldn't recruit to recruit. You couldn't send them a face cream and get them to be able to magically 3 months after they use the face cream to be able to share it with people. That didn't happen. They either shared it the first week or they never shared it. You know that? DSA statistics again, okay? We tried to change it. There's people laughing in the audience because they were part of me and Roger and Zach trying to change it before, a decade ago, with those kind of products. This Coin of the Month has changed it. This Coin of the Month, Variety, Gold in particular, have changed it. Here's what I mean. I'm going to share with you a couple statistics in a second. Renewal statistics. These are crazy, okay? And before I share those statistics, let me share one other. There's a phenomenon happening in our company based around the Variety coin in particular that I've never seen before. Some of you in the room are the case studies that I've been watching. You never bought a coin. We just heard Kevin stand on the stage and say he bought the coin of the month every single month for how long, Kevin?
The whole time.
The whole time he'd been in the business. And he shared it with one person a long time ago. And then magically he broke the DSA statistic. He started sharing it a year later. That never happens with a face cream or a vitamin, okay? You either share it your first month or you don't ever share it. So when that started happening in our company, I started paying attention and pulling the people out of the database and going, that's an anomaly, that's an outlier. If it only happened once or twice a month, I'd go, well, that's really an outlier. In our company, something's crazy is happening. Amanda Akers, how long did you get the coin of the month before you made a sale?
10 months.
10 months. She's one of my case studies. She doesn't even know. She got the coin for 10 months. And then she made a sale. That never has happened in the industry. So Roger and I and Zach and Richard set out to change the industry. We thought we were going to change it strictly on money and helping people. What we found is this product, this coin of the month, is changing it. It's taking people who are slow starters and giving them an opportunity to win. We thought that maybe would be the case, but now we're getting the data to prove it. This is some interesting things. So if you're not selling on the coin month, this is what you got to know. Number one, I went back over just the last 90 days and looked at every renewal in our company for 90 days. Okay? Renewals for those people that are not on the coin of the month, only 10% of those people renewed. So over the last 90 days, people that joined a year ago, right, who are not on the coin of the month, 10% of those joined. Now, we learned this morning from Diane Graber that we have to know our numbers on the recruiting side, the prospecting side. If you really want to be wealthy and you really want to have residual income, you have to know your retention numbers, how many people you keep. Do any of us want to go out and make, and in our team, bust our hump this week, make, let's just use 10 sales in our team. And a year from now, only have one of them. That, by the way, that's a pretty average statistic in the industry, so that's normal, okay? I want to show you what's happened with the cases over the last 90 days. Now, I didn't look over the whole company, I didn't have time. I went just over 90 days. Not in the last 90 days, though, those that were on the Silver Eagle, 75% renewed their membership.
That's fine.
Think about that for a minute. You just went to 7 out of 10 renewed. And we just heard that some people are going to take 10 months or 15, 14 months of getting that coin, and then all of a sudden something magic's going to happen. They're going to start sharing it. Now, these are dumb statistics. This is so crazy, these next two, that I almost am embarrassed to share them because it's so crazy. This is never been done and insane. Renewals on the variety coin, 98%. 98% of the people over the last 90 days that had a renewal that were buying our variety coin of the month renewed. How many of you in the room are on the variety coin? Pay attention, right? Who's all here today? It's variety coin owners, people who really love it, right? Now, you make up a small percentage of the people who come to get it, but think about that. And lastly, over the last 90 days, we have not had a single person who's on the gold package cancel or not renew their membership. On the gold package, a year later, they are 100% renewal rate. So, what are you going to do with that data? What are you going to share when you're sharing a presentation? What are you going to focus on? Coin of the month. It changes lives. It changes everything about our business model. It changes the industry. We're super excited, but I want you to know, this is the most significant and important thing that we have in our company. The most significant thing we have to share is our coin of the month. It changes lives. Sometimes it takes 10 months to change the life. But that shows us how different and unique we are in this space. So let's take advantage of the next 90 days and spread more significance with that unique and special item. I just want to share in closing, before I turn the time over, these are not words to us. It is not merely words that we believe in you. I hope our actions show you our heart. I hope our actions show you that more than life, we're willing to do anything for your success. And more importantly than your success, We want to help you be significant for someone else. The world has far too many mediocre people. Far too many people have put all their hopes and dreams aside. The world needs no more of those people. The world needs more of you. Our company needs more of you. This is why we exist. Do us a favor. You know people who need us. We will make a commitment to you that we will be here for them just as we've been here for you. Many people ask me, and have asked me this weekend, Josh, where is our company going? What are we trying to achieve? What are we doing? It's probably the question that Zach and I get the most, and I know Roger gets the most. Where are we going? Most of you don't know what I'm wearing. I wear this jacket only when I'm with you. This jacket is special to me, and the pin on this jacket reminds me constantly where we're going. This little pin, it's called a Global 100 pin. This pin signifies the top 100 companies in the network marketing industry. Are we one of them today? No. We're in our infancy. I wear it on this jacket, and the only time this jacket comes out is when I am involved with you, as a constant reminder to me of where we're headed. To be in the Global 100, you've got to do right now $75 million a year in sales. Top companies doing $8 billion. Everything in between from 1 to 100. We mapped out in this company, we mapped out from day one, Zach and I in our office, what it would take to break the top 100. Year one, we broke the goal. We're in year two. I'm pretty sure we're going to break the goal. Guess what? There's lots of other goals on that board. That's the first. To just break it. But you need to know that we know that the foundation that has been built here is solid. We have seen the companies that have gone into that top 100. Many of our friends own the companies that are in the top 10. They have nothing that you don't have, and you have so much more to offer the world than they currently have. I want you to know that we truly love you, and more than anything, we believe in your success. And with that, I say thank you.